For me, when I'm at the farm, it feels like I'm home, and it's always really good to be home. I'm Sarah Francisco. I direct the Virginia office of the Southern Environmental Law Center.
This is the place where I grew up, Francisco Farms, in Augusta County in the Shenandoah Valley.
My dad is a Christmas tree farmer, and my mom was a theater professor. Growing up, I was either outside doing something around the farm, or I was inside reading a book.
We had sheep, we raised meat lambs every spring. That was kind of my project. And we had horses, and Christmas trees are our main business. This is a family farm that's been a farm for a long time. The landscape, the fields, the farms, the forests, the mountains, it's really a beautiful place. You know, my dad has lived on this farm his whole life. I grew up here. It means a lot to our family, and a lot of people in the Shenandoah Valley feel this way about their land and about this place.
Hello! My partner Terry and I love to go out to the farm. We go as often as we can. Sometimes it's just for a visit with my dad and Susie. We'll sit in the kitchen, have a cup of coffee, catch up. Sometimes we have projects that we're working on, or around Christmas, greeting customers and helping out with the Christmas trees. For me, my interest in the environment really came from spending a lot of time outside and really caring about the land, caring about that place, and caring a lot about the future. You know, I wanted to make a difference that mattered to real people in real places, and for me that led to environmental law.
Come on, let's go.
I started at SELC as a summer intern. My goal was to get a job as an associate attorney, and when I got my job as an associate attorney, my goal was to figure out how to stay. At this point, I've been with SELC for 18 years. One of the big cases we're working on now is the Atlantic Coast Pipeline. So one day in September in 2014, we get this press release saying Dominion's gonna build a 600-mile natural gas pipeline smack on top of this national forest that we and our partners have been working so hard to protect for years. That was a tough day.
When the Atlantic Coast Pipeline was first proposed, the initial route would have gone just about a mile down the road from our farm. The pipeline would drill through the Blue Ridge Mountains and in the process cross the Appalachian Trail. The question of whether the Forest Service had the authority to approve that Appalachian Trail crossing is now the issue in a case we have in front of the United States Supreme Court. A huge natural gas pipeline like the Atlantic Coast Pipeline would blast a swath about as wide as the DC Beltway up and down extremely steep mountains and literally through thousands of rivers and streams. We're concerned about impacts to water quality. We're concerned about impacts to wildlife habitat in the national forest, and people are concerned about the impacts on their land and on the places that are important to them. We're talking about rural communities that would be impacted by this project. We're talking about family farms in the Shenandoah Valley.
The Atlantic Coast Pipeline would not just affect the people in the direct path of the pipeline. It would lock an entire region of the country into fossil fuels at a time when we need to be moving to clean, renewable energy. This pipeline is totally unnecessary, it's already obsolete, and it should be scrapped. At this point, we and our partners have won 6 cases challenging required permits for the Atlantic Coast Pipeline, and construction has been on hold since December of 2018. So far, not a single mile of the pipeline has been built in Virginia, and that is because of the multiple lawsuits that we've won challenging this project. You know, we have landed a blow for justice, and that's an amazing feeling. When I started as a summer intern at SELC, I was 22 years old. I mean, I have spent most of my adult life in this organization. I love this work.
Knowing that Virginia and the South look different today because of the work that we've done, and knowing that they will look different 50 years from now because of the work that we do, that is why we're driven to go above and beyond every day at SELC.